The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
We think it's the banning of speech
are anonymous. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. My boy Maxwell Silverhammer and my bottom bitch jerk man will set you straight with some good old true shit and none of that shit that irks me. Hey Maxie baby, I still got them videos. You fill my cereal port perfectly. Bitch.
Ah, yes! Finally kicked those fuckers off the air.
It's about goddamn time. I got sick of those fucks.
Yeah, that G.J. Jerkman and Maxwell Silverhammer with all their goddamn anti-corporate talk.
Just be happy. We're gonna go celebrate right now. I think we should go do some golf and butt fuck one another.
Oh, that's the greatest. I'm ready. Hold on. Go get in the car here.
Get the hell in the other side. Another side. There you go.
There we go.
All right.
This is a great day.
I'm gonna start it up now. You ready?
These bastards.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bora Bora, here we go.
It's the STIM Radio Show.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motor. Do you smell fire? I think somebody lit a cigarette. No, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9, cause the STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And that was lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call HQ. Hey, Winfrey, musical genius, man. They can't paint it like a face is. But if the content is making you sick, take some Dayquil. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that hurts.
Spread them cheeks!
It's the end of a hot-ass motherfucking week.
Oh, shit, that fucking cocksucking, jism gargling irks me.
End of the week edition and cut in half due to RTC conditions.
AIDS attrition.
Holy shit, I'm cruise control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
and okay, it's going to be a little bit different tonight because I'm going to be using my push to talk because, I mean, I guess I could I'm not using headset, and the reason I'm not using headset is because it's 93 degrees in my apartment.
Oh, goddamn.
And I've been wearing a headset all day working. Dude, it's fucking brutal out here. It's the record-breaking heat, 98 degrees. Guess what I don't have in my apartment?
You guys don't have air conditioning?
I don't have air conditioning.
Oh, fuck, nigga.
It is bad, dude. It is bad. I got a fan on the background, so I just don't want to wear a pair of headsets, so I'm just I'm using my, now hold on, let me try something. Okay, so now I'm on push to talk. Does it sound weird?
Not really. I mean, I can hear when you cut out sometimes, but I don't think everyone else can hear that.
Well, see, yeah, I'm not on it anymore, so I'm just leaving it like this. But, man, basically...
Man.
Dude.
Well, shit, dude. That sucks. I feel for you, man. That's.
Well, you can probably hear your own voice through my mic, so I'm gonna actually.
Not really. Not really. I can't. No, I can't hear you. So.
I'm gonna push to talk. So anyway, how's it going, man? We got an hour tonight, right?
We do. So we got to rip through this bitch, and we're going to. No commercials or anything, because, you know, my paratransit, you know, of course, they wanted to give me a really shitty ride. They wanted to give me a $9.49, and I'm going, oh, fuck that. I'm not making Jerkman stay here that long. So I was like, fuck it, we'll just do an hour. So that's what we're doing.
Hey, Jerkman isn't even here. Where's Jerkman?
He's actually on a phone call right now. Somebody called him, you know, just before we started. So it's Humvee working the boards tonight.
Jake from State Farm?
Yes, I have khakis on.
Oh, yay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You should have nothing on. No one should have anything on today.
Oh.
I'm not wearing shit, man. I've got my boxers on.
You're at home.
Yeah.
I know, but that should be like a place, like a home to you too, though, you know?
I am not going to sit here naked.
Yeah, you can sit here naked.
Sit here naked and turn the camera around.
Do you know how many people sit their asses in these chairs here?
Put a towel down. That's what you can do.
No, I'm still not going to sit here naked.
Left.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Jerkman will love that. so I got a story, man. I have the ultimate gambler, huckster, scumbag story, man.
All right, we'll go for it, man.
Well, I got to go back a month, though, because about a month ago, and you know this person, remember Robin that used to live with Shell?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know how KLAV has moved, and they're now in the next building next door to me in where I work. So I'm in building B, and they're in building C. So anyway, she used to walk by me a lot, you know, especially after, you know, like a lot after the breakup and all that stuff. And she'd be on her phone, and she'd never say hi to me. She'd, you know, wouldn't say 2 words to me. Just didn't give a fuck. So I was like, okay, whatever. Be that way. You know, take sides and play that game if you want. Well, let's see. Back in May at one point, it was a Friday. I'm standing down there. She comes down, and she starts talking to me. So we're talking about Shell a little bit, and, you know, how wacko she got. I guess Shell wigged out on her, too. Go figure. And so then she says to me, I want to throw this out at you. And I said, okay, what's up? And she said, is there any way I can borrow $1,300? And I said, what? Yeah. And I'm like, Robin, I don't have that kind of money. And she was like, well, here's the thing. If you pay me $1,300, I'll pay you back $1,800. So you'll make a little money. What do you think? And I said, again, I don't have that money. So she said, well, what about your dad? And she was like, I mean, I'll give him a blowjob. And she starts laughing. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I'm just kidding. Ha, 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 you know. So,
sure she is.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that like my dad would go for that at all. You know?
And like, just thinking of her giving a blowjob in the first place. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I've already got heat sickness. I don't need to get sick in any other ways right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So then she was like, well, you know, take my number sometime in case you get stranded and you know, you need a ride or something.
Stranded? Where are you going to be, like on the top of Mount Charleston? Like, I can't find my way around.
Well, I guess she means like if paratransit fucking, you know, fucks up.
Here's the problem, though. If you got stranded and called her, it'd be a $1,300 cab ride.
Yeah, exactly. Make Bob Essner look cheap, right? So,
seriously.
So anyway, I took her number anyway. I put it in my phone, and then, you know, I gave her my number. You know, I figured,
you're a dumbass.
But yeah, well, you'll see just how much.
Why do you do that? Why do you do stupid shit like that? This is what I don't understand. You're not dumb, but you just do dumb shit.
I'm too fucking nice. Kraken.
No, you're dumb. Kraken. Not nice, being stupid.
No, Kraken just, he was like, dude, you're too fucking nice. He's like, that's the problem. We talked about this shit today, man. You know, because you think like, okay, you know, is someone gonna, you know, they're not, you know, they're gonna call me. What would she have?
Of course they're not. They're just gonna come out of the blue and ask me for $1,300, and I'm gonna give them my number. Stupid. Not nice.
All right, yeah. Fine. Fucking call it what you will. So, yeah. So anyway, so I last night we're on break, and I get a text from her. And it says, you know, hey, Max, call me. It's Robin. I need to talk to you about something. So I just got this real sick feeling in my stomach. I was like, oh, no. You know what I'm talking about? That fucking, oh, shit. You know? Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay. So, of course, it was fucking with me. So I had to end.
And of course, you called her. Yeah, because you had to. Because you didn't have to, but you did anyways.
Right, exactly. Exactly. You know, this is what I envy about you, dude. I got to tell you, I wish I had your asshole qualities, man. And I'm
well, no, it's not being an asshole, dude. That's the thing. If it was being an asshole, I would be like, "Fuck you, Robin," or I'd call her, or I'd still say, "No, it's me." It's called self-preservation, man.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't care. You don't see, like, there's me who's still like, well, you just do not give a fuck. And I wish I.
Not about people who don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. I guess that's the thing. I envy that quality, I guess is what I'm saying. And so I call her back, and I said, hey, you know, this is, and we shut the show down a few minutes early last night because Jerkman's like, why don't you call her now, man? Just so you'll be heading out, you'll be catching your bus, so she can't hold you on long. And I was like, all right, good plan. So we shut the show down a little early, and I called her. I was like, yeah, Robin, what's up? So she can, again, let me hit you with this. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, I need to get because she was telling me she had a bunch of medical procedures and she's got this issue going on. It's some disease, and she's been going to the hospital and to doctors. Anyway, she wanted $25,000 last night, and I said, Robin, I don't have that kind of money. And she was like, well, here's the thing. Again, if you give me the money, I'll give you back $35,000, so you'll make $10,000. And I said, again, I don't have that money. So then she says to me, well, could you ask your dad maybe? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like, I can't. I was like, that's just, I don't think.
You didn't actually say, are you fucking kidding me?
No, of course not.
I would have said, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, again, it's that asshole quality, man.
Yeah, well, I guess that's asshole. I guess it's considered asshole. For me, it's considered. See, for me, I think of it this way: she's a fucking asshole for even asking for even $1,300 after not talking to you for 2 years.
Right. Oh, I feel you, man. I totally dig it, man. And so she's like, well, why don't you ask your dad? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, Robin, I got to go. I got, my bus is here and whatever. So I'll talk to you later. So then I hung up with her, and she texted me last night about midnight. And she was like, please call me tomorrow. I just would like to talk to you. I want to at least tell you my business plan. So I'm like, business plan? So now it's just turned into a curiosity thing. And I'm like, okay. So I call her this afternoon. I had a little time. And I go, what exactly is this business plan? She's like, well, thing is, I know this is a large amount of money, but if I can get this money, I'll pay you back, like so much a month. And eventually she's like, and I go, well, okay, if you're borrowing money, then how are you going to get me back extra? And she's like, well, I'll just, pay more. I'll just continue paying you every month. So, if she's paying me $750 a month, she'll pay for so many months till it gets to $35,000. And I was like, well, again, I don't have that kind of money, and I'll be honest with you, my dad's not going to do that. And she was just like, well, you could at least ask him. And I'm like, well, I really don't feel comfortable doing that. It's like when people ask for prescriptions, you know what I'm saying? And I said, honestly, you probably should look elsewhere. Don't, this is not something you want to continue doing. So anyway, that's where I left it with her. And, that was the story there.
The long term of that is, the way I look at it is this. You need to nip that in the bud, because you're dangling bait out by saying, well, I'll think of, or not saying now. Now, basically, you might not. But she obviously felt like you weren't giving a strong enough no. It's like the first time. So then of course, the funny thing about it is, I think it's ridiculous, is that she starts out with $1,300, which is like, holy shit, fuck
right.
you.
Right.
$1,500, fuck that. I wouldn't give it to you if I had it.
Right.
So then she just comes back and goes, well, he wouldn't do $1,300.
What's up?
Maybe he'll do 25,000, which is 2.5 times more.
Right. Well, one thing I did say to her during this conversation is I said, do you have a gambling problem? And she was like, well, no. And so then she starts lying about it, and she's like, I said, well, the reason I ask is I know Shell told me that you used to gamble a lot and that you were, always gambling, and, that a few times you even borrowed some money from work to gamble. And she was like, she goes, oh, no, let me tell you, Shell used to gamble. So then she starts throwing Shell under the bus, which I don't believe that, man. I mean, Shell was a lot of things, but I don't think Shell had a gambling problem. You know what I mean? So
she might, but she never did it around you, so you didn't know.
That's it. It wasn't anything to go, well, come to think of it, nothing ever stood out for me to make me go, damn, she gets her gut on, or something. So, I was like, really? She's like, oh yeah, one time she blew through a whole paycheck and I had to front her and I had to, help her out. And she's like, I did a lot for her, because we did talk a little bit about Shell too. That wasn't, the whole conversation wasn't the money thing, but at one point, yeah, we had talked about Shell and, some of her jealous tendencies and other shit, so we did talk about that stuff too. But yeah, it was pretty funny, man, that she actually, hits me up for 25,000, then asked me to ask my dad. And like Kraken was pointing out today, he was like, okay, so she wants you to behave like her and start asking your family members for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your problem.
And for her, which you barely even talked to her over the last couple of years, and 25,000, yeah, that's
That happens, yeah, all the
More than
time.
I don't make much money. I know, that's more than I make a fucking year, dude.
That's someone's salary, dude.
That's
yeah.
This makes you just scratch your head at people. Like, what do you think you're gonna like? Why would you? She's obviously desperate. That's no question about that.
Yeah. Well,
at one point it was $1,300, which she was desperate for. What the fuck did she do to balloon that shit to $25,000?
Yeah, exactly. And that's within a month. Because when this happened, when I saw her outside was, actually, I'll tell you exactly. It was the 29th of May. So here we are almost a month later, the 26th of June, and she wants $25,000.
Yeah, 20 times more than she wanted before.
Yep, within a month. So, that shit's crazy. So
just a bit crazy, man.
Yeah, that's.
I'm melting. I'm literally fucking melting, man. This is insanity.
That takes it in the ass, dude. 93 degrees inside there.
In my apartment, I went outside and it felt cooler outside because at least there's wind and air.
Shit, dude.
So now I'm trying to figure out. I need to go online and find out ways to cool down my apartment without an air conditioner because I've got a fan. If I didn't have a fan, I'd be dead.
You can do a bucket of ice with the fan blowing directly onto it, and it'll blow cooler air. But it's not going to do much for you.
No.
How about
the sad part is I was looking at the report, the forecast for the rest of the week, and I'm like, this has got to stop soon. Next week, 95, 93, 97, 98.
Oh, dude. How the fuck did...
And I work from home. See, that's the thing. Last year I dodged it. Like 2 years ago when I worked for, I think I might have mentioned this a couple years ago, when I worked for Enterprise at home, it got bad. It was hot as hell some days. Not for like a week straight. Like it's supposed to chill out on Sunday. It's supposed to go down to 88 on Sunday, which is going to be a little cooler, but still 88 degrees here with humidity is not. No air conditioning, is kind of funky.
None of these apartments are furnished with air conditioners, huh?
Most apartments here do not have air.
It's not required by law.
You don't. Yeah, it's not required. In Vegas, it's required by law.
Right.
Now you don't need it most of the time. Most of the time, at like 7 o'clock, it starts to cool down.
Right.
And the thing is, like, I don't know what's better, to leave the windows open or to close them, like, in the day, because...
you know what? I'd leave them open just because, so some breeze can blow in.
What side does the sun sit on most of the time during the day on your windows?
The other side. Like, not in the morning, it goes through my windows, but in the afternoon, it doesn't.
I would say around, like, what is the temperature usually in the mornings?
It's about it gets in my apartment today. It got down to 8. It was 80 when I woke up in my apartment.
Yeah, I would leave the windows open and have one of the fans in front of the windows, and have it blowing in. That way, it'll stay cooler in the morning, and you can even do that at night.
I got to do something because this is fucking just insane.
Yeah, because if you leave a few of the windows open at night, because it'll create the draft, and you have the fan blowing in front of the window, or blowing the air from the window in. It'll actually cool your apartment down a lot faster, and then you can actually not roast your ass off.
That sounds fucking
But
horrible.
that'll probably only last a little, until about midday, and then you'll probably start to get really hot again. But as long as you keep the windows open and you've got the breeze going through, it's a lot better than you just sitting there.
Yeah, because the problem is that it stays light until like 9:30 or 10 here too.
Oh, nigga.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's brutal now, man.
Maybe I should rub it in. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to my air-conditioned apartment, and then I'm going to go swimming.
That's right, because you can go, oh, God, I would love to go swimming tonight.
Yeah, I'm going swimming tonight, man. So,
I want a pool.
you guys can always come over and swim, too, if you want. The invitation is open. So
George could swim. George swims, man. You'll see a piece of him floating around somewhere. They can put it back on him.
He'll decompose in the pool.
Into the chlorine. Like his left foot's like floating by. Like, wait, George, here. Oh, sorry.
And parts of his head are just floating. Like his head's talking, and smoking a cigarette while it's floating in the pool.
Hey, can you grab my body?
So yeah, man, I had to tell you that story, dude. That was such a crazy fucking story. That was like...
Yeah, it's crazy. The craziest part about it is, like, it's just the gall. Like, she must be so desperate, or she thinks you're so stupid or gullible. I'm not saying you are, because I know you wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, like, she must think, well, he's gonna,
Well,
I would have called back. I would have said, no, I'm not calling you back. If I saw her the next day, I'd be like, oh, I didn't get your text. Sorry.
Right. Exactly. Well, and see that. Well, she doesn't. That's the thing too. If I run into her at the building, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I didn't get your text, or I just didn't want to talk to you last night. Sorry.
Yeah, I was in a mood or
I
something.
would just be flat out no.
Well, and that's what Kraken said. Kraken said, "Man, he's like, you're gonna have to be rude, man." He's like, "You just." That's
gonna have to be like. I would even go as far as to say, do you even realize what you're asking me? You're asking me to ask my family or give you 25 grand when you obviously need that money for some reason and can't support it yourself. So why would I give you that money when you obviously need that money for some reason? I mean, whoever needs 25 grand desperately, asking someone for 25 grand obviously needs it for some reason. And if you need it for some reason, then you're obviously spending that kind of money for some reason.
Right.
So yeah, fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck off my step off. He's right. You need to be like rude. He's gonna be.
Yep.
No.
Yep. That's because he's like, the only way you can deal with people with addictions, man. He's like, because he's like, they don't think rationally. You know what I'm saying? They don't see it.
They don't.
You know, it's like, oh, you know, you're being nice, but you're saying no. Okay, I got you. You know how, like, if somebody does that to us, you know, we kind of understand. Yeah, man.
No. She's completely oblivious. That's why she's like, ask your dad. Like, why would she even consider that? She doesn't even know your dad.
Well, that's it. She met my dad once, and that was, you know, like I said, when Shell and I were dating.
Yeah, well, that's enough for her. So, and it's even it's enough for her to even not talk to you for that much. Talk to you once. And the first time she even talked to you, dude, after you hadn't talked for a couple of years, she asked you for money. I'd be completely insulted by that. I'm like, you don't give a fuck about me. Fuck you.
Right. Yeah, well, and you're right. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, damn.
It's insulting. It's like, well, like, hi, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in haven't talked to you a couple of years because I've been kind of fluffing you off and not speaking to you. Guess what? I need some money, so I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, and you're right. Maybe, you know, is it like, do you think I'm stupid, or, you know, do you just what's the whole deal there? You know, and well, you know, it may go back to your theory that you had years ago about, you know, well, people think because I'm blind, I'm more likely to be like, oh man, I know how it is being down and out, bro. You know, because people do, you know, that's what they think. You know, that I'm.
You're down and out because you're blind?
Yeah, I'm down and out, and I'm upset about or not upset, but just, you know, like, I understand, man. I understand how things can be hard on people. So, you know, I'll sympathize with you, you know?
That's why you need to become a Jehovah's Witness.
Dude, I got it. That's an SMJ, dude.
No shit. I saw the post. That's why I was commenting on it.
Do you want me to jump into it?
I was laughing at it a little bit. Yeah, jump into it if you want to. Yeah,
all right,
kind of similar, kind of a, you know.
All right, fuck it. We probably don't need the music for this. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna.
It's an SMJ report.
Straight up,
gotta save him from danger.
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers.
Strangers. Yeah. That's a witness.
Well, I could have just played the music, you know that, right?
We didn't have to. We're trying to get through this. We're trying to get, you know, because we got limited time, man. So,
okay,
you know.
Let's hear about your SMJ then.
By 8:15, we'd be like, so, what else is going on?
Oh, for some reason, Clarence is calling me. I'm on the air, dude. He should know better. Maybe he's ass-dialing me. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Here's my SMJ, and Jerkman came in just in time to hear it. So today, I'm standing up.
You smell him?
Yeah, I could smell him. Hell yeah.
The rot coming off? No.
Yeah, I smell.
He smells pretty.
According,
what penis smells like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, he's celebrating the gay people wedding thing today. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I knew you wanted to go there. I
have some controversial thoughts about that and the Confederate flag thing. So we'll talk about, let's do this first, and then we'll go.
All right. So yeah, dude, I'm standing outside. I just got done at this assisted living place talking to the activities director. So I'm outside waiting on paratransit, and this old black guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir." And this is what I didn't put on Facebook, but he says, "Excuse me, sir, are you a blind person?" So then my response is, "Wow, you're pretty good. Are you a doctor?" And then he says to me, "Well, no, sir, I'm not a doctor." And I was like, "Oh, I just wondering because you seem to pick that up pretty good, you know, considering I was just standing here and not moving. You know, that's pretty observant." So he was like, "Well, I just want to let you know I am a Jehovah's Witness, and I do believe that, you know, we believe that the blind will be able to get their sight back at some point in life." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't want it back because I was born this way." And I was like, I wouldn't get to live the cool life that I'd get to now. And, I wouldn't get to do the job that I'm doing. I wouldn't experience half the things that I've experienced. And the guy kind of stops and he goes, so you mean you want to stay blind for the rest of your life? And I was like, yes, absolutely. And he was like, okay. And then he just walked in.
Like,
you want to stay black for the rest of your life, Negro? I mean, I'm sure you'd probably get more opportunities if you were white.
Yeah, at least that's what everybody tells them. Yeah, so.
Well, there you go. There's that groupthinky bullshit. Maybe that is a little form of self-hatred, dude. Maybe there is a part of him that, that hates the fact because, hey, man, this guy had to be in his 70s or 80s, I would have guessed, dude. So he must have lived through some shit in his life. Where he's probably like thinking, man, I wish I was white.
Maybe.
I mean, I can't say that. I can only speculate. But it's just kind of funny that, right away he went up to me and did this shit. Like, I'm every day, man, I just wish for sight and just wish that somebody would just, oh, man, if there'd be some kind of cure that I wouldn't have to be in this fucked up, have these blind, damaged eyes. Oh, fuck.
You know what the sad part is? You are actually in the minority. Most blind people will be like, man, I want to see.
Wow.
Because they're told how great vision is, but they don't realize the consequences of what would happen if you actually did have vision. The first probably couple years of your life with vision would be a goddamn disaster, dude.
Right. Oh, I know. Well, no
idea what shapes and shit are. You have no idea like what certain things. You probably run into shit all the time, and people would be ugly as fuck to you because you wouldn't, you'd think they look different than they do.
Right. Well, you learn a lot of shit.
You look at Jerkman and go, oh, and you just your bowel would just explode. Actually, you probably find Jerkman attractive. You probably ask him to go to Red Lobster or something.
Yeah. Well,
I find him attractive.
Well, thank you.
You guys gonna go to Red Lobster tonight?
Yeah, you going to Red Lobster?
Yeah, at least I'll be putting in the right port.
So yeah, that was pretty funny. When I can see somebody who was new, like I said, when you go blind, I understand where you'd want sight back because you know what that's like. But if you've never had it, you don't give a fuck. You're just like, this is just how life is.
You know what you should do? You should actually conduct like a kind of like informal survey.
Oh, nigga!
Like when you're around like blind people, just ask them, say, like people, not people who have been who became blind. But like people like Sluggo and other people, and just say, hey, if you could, would you get sight if you could?
You know what?
See how many people say, no, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't want that.
I can do that very easily because I am in one of those blind groups on Facebook. So I could just post that as a question and say, this is for those who are blind since birth, and then ask the question. And it would be interesting to see what kind of answers I get.
Angry people like, what kind of question is that? Because you know how those fucking
my biggest thing is how
social justice blindos are.
Oh yeah,
how the hell are you getting these blind people on computers?
Yeah, I know. Huh? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
How does that work? I think they're lying about being blind. I've had that happen before where somebody actually questioned me. Well, if you're blind, then how'd you get on this fucking website? Like, oh yeah, you're a real socket scientist. Actually, I had somebody in the barefoot group do that to me. Well, not to contradict you, but if you're blind, how'd you get on Facebook? And I just fucking totally tore him up. And then other people start jumping in, tearing him up too. And he was like, I'm sorry, I know the question was badly written, and I'm like, yeah, it fucking was. So
hey, can I borrow $25,000?
Right.
What's this gay pride? Oh, they're doing it because of the announcement of the court today.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure.
Because I'm looking at all these Facebook profiles, and they've all went like rainbow colors.
Rainbow color on their faces.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm thinking, I thought it was my computer at first.
Let's go. I knew Cruise Control wanted to get on this, actually. That's why I was like,
here's the reason I want to get on this, because and people are going to say, well, you don't this is my problem. The problem is that I have with this, and there's not really a problem, is there's nothing wrong with gay people getting married. But guess what would happen if marriage had no financial incentives?
They wouldn't care.
They wouldn't give a fuck. It's not about the goddamn, we can't get married. Everybody can have a union. It's all about the law. It's all about tax for fucking
exactly
rights.
Right.
So
that's what it comes back to me. It's not about it's about right. And it's true. They should have that right if they want to. I mean, well, then again, maybe not though, because there's no reason why there can't be a special kind of union between straight people. I mean, what's wrong with that? Everything's got to be the same. But my thing is that no one would give a fuck. No one would give a fuck if it didn't have financial consequences.
No, you're right. They wouldn't care.
Right, exactly. So
why would you? Why would you care? You can get it'd be the same thing. You can get married and then no one cares. What you know? And guess who else wouldn't care? The goddamn Christians who are like, this is a straight on straight thing. They wouldn't care because they wouldn't get any special advantage from it.
Right.
They'd be like, or they would care, but I mean because of religious reasons and not because of the financial.
Well, I don't think anybody who's married should get any special anything. Hey, you're married, you're married.
Maybe it's a social engineering thing. Basically, the reason they do that is that people they entice people to get married and have kids.
It was a prize.
Our society.
Yeah, it was a prize. If you got married and you got cheaper insurance, you got this, you got that. It was just a prize. Like, hey, keep our society together. Let us all be married.
Yeah, exactly. Let them be married out of love.
Already fallen completely apart, so there's no reason why we should have to do that anymore.
Well, they figured out they make more money that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's a money maker.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about money, and it's all about. It's not. I mean, yes, okay. It's a right in a way, but really, if it was just a religious thing, then they could start their own religion and get married and have their own marriage. Garage. What you used to call garage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Garage. Gay marriage, whatever.
And everybody's jumping on Facebook. This is such a victory, and this is so.
Because you know what? How many more times are you going to overturn this shit? I mean, come on. Every minute it's fucking. It's a state law. You can do this. Now it's overturned. Now it's back. Now it's give it a fucking break. This is just a cash cow for them. This is exactly what they're doing. They keep people divided. They keep countries divided. That's all this shit's about. I mean, marriage was originally about supposedly about a union and two people being together. And since when did a fucking piece of paper keep somebody from fucking somebody else?
Right. And where's money?
Yeah, I didn't need paper to do that.
And hey, if you got to pay, if you're getting extra tax breaks, or it's financially a financial thing for you.
Exactly. Then guess what? You know what? In that case, since there are those things in place, and this is where people get me wrong about this. Since there are those things in place, then you're goddamn right that anybody should be able to get married if they want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Because that's kind of like, hey, it's kind of like it's denying people rights to get the same kind of benefits that certain other people get, and that's wrong.
Right.
But to fix the whole fucking problem, in my mind, is to remove all that financial bullshit. Anyways, like a flat tax. Like there should be no incentives for taxes whatsoever.
No.
There should be no loopholes.
There should be a flat tax. You're right.
It should be a straight amount of money that everybody pays.
Yep.
Maybe two tiers. Maybe people who make over $300,000 a year pay 22%, while people who pay, people who less than that will pay 19 or 18 cents or whatever.
Right.
Okay. Percent, excuse me. But the point is that it should be very simple. You should not have to file taxes. You should simply just.
Yeah,
it should be a flat tax, right?
I agree.
But keep in mind, when you do it the way they're doing it now, there's so much more money to be made.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's a money maker.
You can cut the big guys down that you don't want to have pay, and kiss their ass and get your incentives, personal incentives off the side from them, and everybody else gets nailed.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It only benefits at this point. It only benefits the wealthy because they're the ones that can hire the fucking people that know all the tax stuff. You can get them all the tax breaks.
Right, exactly.
Make it simple, but literally, the IRS should be abolished. It should be disbanded.
It should be.
Yes. Yeah,
but that's
absolutely.
not going to happen because how many jobs and how much influence is on that.
Wait, then who's gonna go and take money and go have parties then when they're supposed to be working?
Well, that's the point. Who's gonna target certain political groups, conservatives, because they actually do. They literally actually do more audits on conservative people than they do on because it's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
They can use a political power. It's
Oh, and talking about that, you should be all happy to know that apparently either they were ready for this to be and they knew it was going to happen, or they just had them off to the side just in case. But the White House is lit up in rainbow colors.
Oh, so the White House got involved in this whole thing.
The White House is lit up in rainbow colors.
The White House got involved in this in the South, the fucking stupid South Carolina shooting, where people are blaming. Listen,
the Confederate flag.
People are calling this country a white supremacist country. How is that even possible when we have black Supreme Court judges, black presidents, black senators? If it was a white supremacist country, they wouldn't be able to do that at all.
No, you wouldn't have a black president.
You wouldn't have a black senator. You wouldn't have a black. It's ridiculous. But guess what happens? It's groupthink, man. A white kid went to a black church, so guess what that means? All white people are racists. This racist country is so terrible.
I guess my daughter needs to watch out then, huh?
You know what? The ones who are calling everybody racist are actually racist themselves.
That's what I'm saying, because if a black person went, because you know what, they don't give a shit about the fact that in Chicago, the murder rate is up like astounding. Like people get murdered all the time there. Like 9 people up in the city, I think it was Chicago or somewhere around there. 9 black people were shot and killed or shot at a party. 3 of them died, or no, 1 of them died. 9 black people were shot at a party in Chicago. But guess who shot him?
A white guy?
No.
A black guy.
If it was a white guy, it would have been all over the news.
That's true. That's true.
The whole point. And that is racism, because if he wasn't white, it wouldn't be a big deal. Just like if the cops certain cops, and they even go beyond that. That whole thing in Baltimore, how they're saying it's white people and it's about against black people. Did you know that there are a woman and 2 black people of the 6 are actually charged? Is actually hurting this dude or killing this dude? That Freddie Gray guy? But it's all white people. It's all about the white guy. White people, white evil. The only people that are being racist, you're allowed to be racist against now, are white dudes.
Well, that's the media. They would just want to keep it going because they want to fuel the fire.
Just like the Confederate flag. Now they're demanding the Confederate flag be taken down, which is fine if you consider it a hate. I think it should be allowed to be, especially in people's yards. People want to wave a swastika. If they want to have a swastika flag in their yard, guess what they have the right to fucking do?
Once again, this one's once America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what if somebody has a swastika tattooed on their body or the Confederate flag tattooed?
It should be cut off and turned into a fucking lampshade.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Now, and I can understand not having the Confederate flag on a pole in front of a government agency, because it does represent a time when people were actually fighting to have slaves.
Right.
Fine. But doing shit like, did you know Apple took all of their Civil War games, all of them, every single game that dealt with the Civil War, and removed it from the App Store.
Another reason to hate Apple now, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck Apple. All of them.
Never liked Apple.
So you can't have a game about a historical event that actually happened, like let's say a strategy game where one you play the North and the South is you're fighting. It's like Risk or whatever. You're playing a game.
Right.
You can't have that now. They took it all away from Apple because you don't want it to be politicized.
But you can have Grand Theft fucking Auto where you rape women and steal vehicles and sell drugs and all that shit, right?
Go get prostitutes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys know.
I mean, of course, they should allow that because that game is fucking incredible. It's fun as fuck.
Oh, okay. I know, but at the same time, it's like, but you can't have a Civil War game? It's like...
Not even a Confederate game. Not even a war. And I can understand if you had a game on there that was like...
Kill a nigger.
Nigger fight, whatever, like nigger war or whatever.
Well, they're also trying to say that about the American flag now is in question, stating that they're thinking it should be taken down and not flown any longer because it's a sign of oppression.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not kidding you.
Those are the people that need to, when they say you need to leave here if you don't like it, those are the fuckers that should be leaving the country who are saying this shit.
Yeah,
the fuck out of here.
They don't want to live. They hate this country. The president hates this fucking country.
Yeah, that's another dude who should be leaving.
But then again, so does Bonner and the rest of them.
Oh, yeah, they all should leave the country.
He's talking about the racial institutionalized racism. Okay, wait.
What?
Okay, here's the thing. If there was institutionalized racism, Mr. Obama, then why haven't you been fighting that every goddamn day that you've been president of this country? If there really is. If you are a black man and you become president and there's institutionalized racism, guess what you've let happen for the last 7 years? Institutionalized racism as a black person.
You've allowed it. Yep.
If there's literally institutionalized racism against your race, and because that's the thing, your people. When I don't, that bullshit.
Yeah, I hate that.
Race doesn't, because your color doesn't define your people.
Max has got his own people.
The point is, he's saying it's institutionalized racism. Like, then you're part of the institution that's still doing it because you haven't fought it. You haven't done anything to fight racism, dude. Like, goddamn. And then if anything, it's made it worse because him and his proponents accuse anybody of being a racism. Oh, you don't like Obamacare? You're a racist. No, I don't agree with Obamacare.
I don't like Obamacare.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
You're racist.
Well, she is.
Well, I have a mixed daughter too.
She's racist.
You're still racist.
She's throwing that out there.
Your
mom's got a black and white cat.
See, you raped a coon. That's what you did.
See, it's just insane. It's insane what's going on. I mean, we're literally we have people in this country who hate this country and they're in power in this country. That's why they're trying to change everything.
Yeah.
To make rules like.
Well, they're doing it again, like Jerkman says. It's a money control situation. You know what I'm saying? That's
because here's what the Democrats do it. They play the race card because then it divides people and who do they have a block of people voting for in the next election.
And then the conservatives are working right with them. That's the thing.
Well, it's to say. Well, they're trying to get the piece of the pie too. That's why, because they realize that like the reason that Democrats are so lean on illegal immigration is because those people that come in, they're voters, they're potential voters.
Yeah.
And they're going to Democrat Party because other people want them out. They're going to vote for the party that wants to have them come in for no or anything at all.
I've heard conservatives actually say, "Well, we need to change our views on illegal immigration." And you're going, well, wait. Isn't this what you believe? Isn't that the part of being part of a party? Is you have an ideology, something you believe?
It's all horseshit.
Of course it is. It's all total horseshit. Let's change it around so we can get more votes from the wetbacks, everybody, okay?
We're just, you know what I'm saying. It's raid, man. It's the reason America is doomed, man. We're just done.
Yeah.
We're done, man. We are fucking. We have no confidence in ourselves as a country. People hate this country, and they have no idea how good we have it here.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So goddamn good, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's insane how good we have it here. Just people in other countries have. I mean, the average person in this country has 2 televisions in their house. The poorest people, the average poor person.
Well, that's what's funny. You got people in the projects that got iPhones, So.
And then, they're bitching about oppression while they're watching Netflix on a screen in the middle of a fucking park.
I'm so oppressified, dog.
When other people are oppressed by having to, like I said before, my favorite people are oppressed by having to drink the water they shit in.
Yeah.
It's called hubris, is what it is. We are so far gone from realizing first world problems.
Well,
about a flag being a flag is being, we need to remove this flag because it causes hurt or reparations for slavery.
Wow. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Let's take the flag down. Okay, so every other country should take their flag down too. Germany should take its flag down. There was Nazi Germany, right?
Well, yeah, but they actually the flag is banned there.
And the flag is because there's no.
I don't think anything should be banned. I think that the problem. Because what's going on right now is and this is another quote that I like. There's 2 things I like. Everybody's take, because you don't give offense, you take offense. That's my first one that I love. Because you don't give offense. When you're offended, you take it. You are the one who is offended. The person who's offending you, it's your mind, and that's how you deal with people offending you. You're the one. It's not their job to shut up. It's your job to deal with what they're saying and not like it.
Yeah.
We can't now we punish the person who quote unquote offends. If someone makes a joke, and they're making a joke, and someone's offended, it's the person making the joke's fault, not the person who's offended, when it should be the person who's offended. Yeah. Their job to deal with it. You go, all right, well, I was offended. Being offended is not a big deal. Well, that's how fucking pussy we are, is that we live in such a great country that when our feelings are hurt, we consider it a horrible thing and it should never happen in post-traumatic stress.
Hey, that's like if you insult me and I punch you, you're the asshole because you insulted me, You started it.
That depends on who it is. If it's a dude, yeah, you're in trouble. If it's
that's
a different story there I want to go into. But the other one I've realized is a great saying is, we used to have freedom of speech, right?
Right.
We're moving toward freedom from speech.
Yeah, pretty much. That's interesting.
We don't want to be offended, so we're gonna stop people from saying what they want because we want freedom from speech. We want to be able to not be offended and not be hurt by what people say because it might be different than what we agree.
Yeah.
People would go, oh, you don't agree with, you're a homophobe. Well, first of all, homophobia is a stupid fucking word because it implies fear, and a lot of people who don't believe in homosexuality has nothing to do with fear. It's simply because they think it's disgusting.
Right.
Now, I think it's disgusting. Now, people can do what the fuck they want because it's their personal lives, but I have every right to think that fucking another dude is sick.
Well,
I don't like lesbian sex either. Oh my God, you don't like watching 2 chicks get it on? No, I think it doesn't do shit for me. It doesn't do a goddamn thing for me.
Well, and
Oh, but 2 girls going at it. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking disgusting. They're 2 girls going at it. Ew. So fucking what? Yay. Great big deal.
And we all got our things, man. It's like
that's the thing, but I'm not allowed to think that. I'm supposed to love it. I'm supposed to be like, you know what? You're dick in that guy's ass. I'm gonna watch that and nod my head and drink a beer.
Like everybody should just get, because I like feet and sometimes I like dirty feet. So, if
exactly, you have every right, and I'm gonna fuck with you about it. And I think it's fucking disgusting. So
right.
I think it's
no. You need to embrace it, dude. As a matter of fact, yeah.
I'm a footophobe, whatever.
Yeah, you're a footophobe, dude. Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not. See, you're not. You're supposed to see. Now it's about not just tolerance, but acceptance and love.
You have to accept everything except for what you want.
Yeah.
The whole world right now has went in the direction of You accept what I like. Fuck you what you like.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's all about, they find one thing.
Depending on who you are. Depending on who you are.
Anything that was originally set up in the United States, or the way people usually felt, is now being shunned. Everything else that's I don't want to call it new wave or new wave thinking, but it kind of is what you're supposed to accept. And if you don't like it, you need to leave. I don't understand this whole fucking thought process, because what built America and what helped it be what it was that process that everybody could believe what they wanted to believe, and you weren't supposed to be shunned for any of it. It was your fucking belief. It wasn't like, okay, now all of a sudden because we got a goddamn president that's signing this and signing that, we can't speak out against him because now we're fucking anti-Americans. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, well, see, that's what's funny too. We're anti-American for being anti the people who are anti-American.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, and I like I said, anybody can believe what they want. Just don't tell me.
Force it on somebody else.
If I don't believe the same as you, I'm some kind of misogynist or racist or sexist or transphobic. I'm afraid.
No, you're an American with an opinion.
It's an ego thing. Because see, people, it's a fear thing. When you're afraid. No, yeah, because I'm so awesome. I'm gay or I'm trans, so you're afraid of me. No, I just think it's fucking ridiculous that you think you're a female in a male's body. I think you're fucking insane is what I think you are.
George.
If you want to believe that, fine. You think you're a female in a dude's body? You're mentally ill and you're disabled, because that's not normal. It's not a normal fucking thing to do. It's called dysphoria.
Wait a minute, though.
Whoa. Shut his mic off. He can't be saying that shit on his airwaves. Shut Cruz's mic off. That's fucking that. You know what? You are fucking homophobic. No. Shut his mic. Shut his shit off.
He's racist.
Guess what? I'm behind the board.
Humvee's sticking up for you.
Seriously, that's what it is. Really, it comes down to that. It's like, okay, I can say and do whatever I want, but the minute I disagree with you, you're shut down.
That's because you're not supposed to have your own mind. You're not supposed to have, individual thoughts.
No, hell no. You got to think like a group, man. Group think.
Well, you're not supposed. You're supposed to like it because you're supposed to love it. You're supposed to love what everybody does in their private sexual life, which is their business and not anybody else's.
Hey.
They're supposed to be allowed to tell you what it is, and you're supposed to go, "Damn, that's awesome." You stick dildos in your fucking ass and then rub it around and lick it. Wow, that's fucking great.
I think I'm gonna go to the pet store and get a gerbil.
Is that like a fudge-sicle without being in the freezer?
Yeah, it's a microwave fudge-sicle is what it is.
Oh yeah, you just made his night.
So, well, and here's the thing. You know how cruise control, you say, oh, it's a disability. You know how insulted and upset they would be about that, right? However, guess what else you get when you have a disability? Money. So if they figured they could cash in on the shit, then they'd be okay with it being called a disability. You know what I'm saying?
But because it is a disability. Just like being gay is a disability.
Sure.
Because you can't procreate. It's like being barren.
Well, but you can't find women or find the opposite sex attractive. It's a disability.
Yeah, so it is in a way a disability, because in nature you're supposed to find the opposite sex attractive because that's how you procreate.
Right. Are there gay animals? I mean, do you see dogs fucking married?
There are, but that doesn't mean anything. There are animals with 3 legs too. What are you going to say about them?
Well, there you go. And that's I get
animals that are born blind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. So
there's nothing wrong. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but just tell it like it is. It is what it is.
Right. Well, I guess that's the thing. They get so insulted.
And don't label everybody just because they don't have the same opinion you fucking have.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like the same thing. Like, you can't say certain things in this country because they're considered completely taboo. Like, how many? Here's a question for you guys. How many dudes have you met that have been 30 years old and all of a sudden decided that they're gay?
Nobody that at 30.
I'm not talking about hiding it. I'm not talking about hiding it and being married and hiding it. I'm talking about how many dudes have you met that just decided, you know what, I'm gay. Like, let's say particularly after a bad relationship with some chick.
Mm-hmm.
Like
one.
Oh, you do know a guy who
he wasn't in his 30s. He was like 40, and then him and his wife went through a divorce, and after having a kid and everything, and then he decides that he likes men, and she decided she likes women. I think
they were both gay. I think they were always gay.
Maybe there might be one. Now let me ask the opposite question: how many women do you know that have just decided that they're gay?
Bunches.
A lot.
Bunches.
Tons.
Yep.
Now is that natural? Is that something you can talk about?
Oh no, hell no.
Why not? I talk about shit like that all the time.
Well, a woman can kiss a woman easier than a man will kiss another man.
I used to make out with girls in high school.
Well, there you go. Okay, all right. Yeah, that kind of shit. I never made out with dudes in high school, and none of us have made out.
Waited to Red Lobster a couple years later.
Yeah, I just took them. I took them.
Point. Like dudes don't do that. I'm sorry.
Girls do that. It's okay.
Yeah, how is that? It's, all...
Nothing wrong with it. But these fucking chicks that are hardcore lesbian diehards used to fucking had kids and were married for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they're all of a sudden these hardcore lesbians who are dealing with the lesbian struggle.
We call those bull dykes.
You decided to change. So I guess my point is that the whole cut and dry you're born this way bullshit, I don't buy it too much. I don't buy it that much.
Well, I
think a lot of psychological factors that go into that kind of thing.
I believe there can be. I think I've met a couple people I believe that were born that way.
If you have a propensity to ever be gay,
but more than haven't been, yeah.
I think if you have a propensity to be gay, then you're gay. You were born that way. That's what you do.
Well, that's like my cousin. He's gay. And he dated girls in high school and stuff like that.
But he was always gay.
We knew he was gay.
That's it.
I mean, come on. He went to cosmetology school and he does drag
Nobody
queen
just
shows.
switches and goes, I want to suck a little dick, just to see what it's like.
His whole thing with
You're
not
always gay.
being who he is and whether it's gay or not was because he was afraid of the repercussions of his mom.
Well, yeah, most people
his mom
are.
and dad would
It's a
think.
personal thing. So
Right.
he's going to deal with that and come out and grapple with himself and go, this is who I am.
Right.
I'm talking about the people who are like, oh, this guy was such an asshole and he was abusive and this happened, so now I'm gay.
It's bullshit.
And now we're going to rally against every man out there that's ever had a penis and walked this planet.
No, they were always gay. Those women were always fucking gay.
And like the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, like everybody's
Oh,
like, so
Jesus.
brave.
He's not a fucking hero. Then why are they giving him a medal, too, man?
No, he
Because
had a
that's
medal.
exciting. Because like I said, it's not about what you do. It's about who you are. It's about being, not doing. So you can just be something, and it's an accomplishment now. I'm a woman. Because first of all, you know what people a lot of people think about Caitlyn Jenner and a lot of the transgenders.
Oh.
They're actually not women. They just love to sexy women. So they like to look at themselves all the time and fucking get off on themselves because they're really actually attracted to them women still. And so they look in the mirror all the time and go, "Oh, I'm hot."
So they're an autosexual, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a fucked up. They're first of all, they're mentally ill. Sorry, deal with it. Mental illness.
Right.
I can be mentally ill. I mean, we're all mentally ill in some way.
Well, it's delusional.
I'm just saying
If
that, that way.
you're a woman, and sit down and fucking, call yourself a man, but you sit down and piss, you're still a woman.
Hey, I can stand up and pee. Thank you very much.
There's
And
a
I'm
big-
very much
yeah.
woman.
There's a big problem in society right now, where people don't believe that men and women are fundamentally different. Because guess what, folks? We're in a dimorphic society. There is absolutely no chance that men and women are not different. They are not completely different, but very fucking different. And there's a reason for that, obviously.
Yeah.
No one wants to deal with that. No one wants to think about that. That no, women are men. It's all society and no upbringing. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Even having something as small as a prostate changes things fundamentally. It's a different fucking organ.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or a set of
It's not hard
balls
to
or dick.
understand why it's not prejudice or anything like that. It's simple fucking logic. Men and women have different brain functions. They have different hormones that cause different levels of dopamine and serotonin and other brain chemicals to flow through their brains. It's not fucking hard to understand. It's a beautiful thing, actually. It's a fucking amazing.
Well, that's what's great. I mean, it's almost like they're shunning diversity. For the same people who are trying to push the diversity thing. Well, wait, you want everybody the same.
If everyone's the same, then guess what's going to change next? Well, you know what? We believe names are discrimination. So what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a number. Everyone will have a number instead of a name. That way they don't feel different about their name. Like maybe they don't like their name.
Are they going to tattoo that shit to your arm too?
They probably will.
That's all over again.
We're getting very close to that shit. Chips under your fingers and stuff like that.
Yep.
We are
in your head.
They're starting to implement it. They said they want to have started to be implemented by 2017.
They can fuck off with that shit.
I'm not letting them put a chip in
They
me.
said you're not going to be able to start your car. They're actually starting to put them in cars and stuff that.
Haha, cruise
Good
control.
thing
Your
I have
doors
it.
open.
Cruise control.
2003, huh?
Guess what we don't have to worry about, man?
Well, no, we will because I'm getting
Yeah.
the first time I get an automated car that can drive. You're goddamn well I'm going to get.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I do want the automated
And they
car.
also have it to where you have to open your house with it. You no longer get keys. They're doing it with keys.
You have to get your checking account, your
Checking
bank
account, yeah.
everything else.
Wow.
The mark of the
Go get your
beast.
chip.
I mean, look at the way our society is going. Okay, 15 years ago, there was no problem going out. No one thought, okay, do you really believe there are more? People think there are more child molesters and fucked up people than there used to be, but they're not.
They're actually
People
less.
still right now will not let their kids play in their fucking front yard.
I don't let my kids play in my front yard unless somebody's outside.
Really? See, because I ran around fucking neighborhoods when I was 7.
Oh no, I did too.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did too, but I mean, To be honest, I won't let my kids run around in my front yard unless there's somebody outside.
I mean, that's your choice, but I don't agree with that because I never had to do that when I was a kid, and the reason I never got caught because I learned things that way.
Yeah.
Like my friends, I know friends who live in New York. They would go to the subway and ride the subway at 7 years old, and now people do that, and it's like there was a news story on some kid. His mother lets her child ride the subway. Well, yeah, because he needs to go get around and do shit. Because he's not a fucking retard.
They're all in your business.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Well, we had a rule. It was basically when my parents were home, we could play out front. And but if they weren't home, then we had to play in the back. That was the rule.
See, I never even had. We just ran around the neighborhood.
We had to be home before dark.
If the streetlights came on, we got our asses beat.
Yeah. If our parents weren't home, we trusted other parents of other kids to be on the lookout if they were home. So we had a whole network of people. Right. But guess what? Guess what doesn't happen anymore because people got their cell phones and stuff. They don't actually know their fucking neighbors anymore.
Hey, they don't even know their kids.
Why would you trust them? But if you actually have like picnics and parties and like and you go around like you know what? No one ever goes out to trick. People don't trick or treat anymore.
No, I know.
They go to the malls.
Yeah, it's a safe place.
Fuck the malls. I can't stand
They
the
call
malls.
it trunk or treat now.
Yeah, it's trunk or treat.
We
Yep.
do them at the schools.
Schools and stuff.
Yeah.
I know. I've done some events like that.
We go house to house.
So you guys still go door to door?
Yeah,
huh?
we go door to door.
Don't get in a car because it's not safe.
Yeah. Well, come on.
Life ain't safe.
That was education, man. I mean, your parents told you right from fucking wrong, and now everybody's hiding behind the I'm halabazi. I don't have time to raise my kid. Well, then don't have a kid.
That's another thing but my point was that I was getting at is that we're so overprotective about everything. The next logical step is for us to give all of our fucking protective control. Well, I don't want my credit card stolen. We'll put this chip in your finger. Oh, cool. Well, I don't have to worry about a credit card being stolen.
Does anybody not see that this is what they want? This is the way it's going, and we as fucking idiots all fall for the shit, fight amongst ourselves. We go and believe all this shit. We all want to be protected because the terrorists are after us, or the gay people are coming in our back door to fuck us in the ass, or
right.
It's bullshit. Yep. And we're all being frightened into we're sheep being herd by the fucking sheepdog.
Hey, even my mom got put on that list, now where you don't, because they think it's for convenience. They sell it with convenience. Well, you don't have to go through the security anymore.
Hey, wasn't that what net neutrality was all about? And does anybody's fucking computer run any goddamn fucking faster?
No. As a matter of fact, I think it runs slower.
It's a little slower, right. And people are jacking the prices, so I think we were lied to.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
When they came out with that, didn't I tell you how that actually works?
Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, wow. Yep.
I build networks for the military, and I know how to allow bandwidth and to take it away. It doesn't matter if you have the net neutrality because that's not what it's for.
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't for that at all. It was a way to get hold of the internet and scare us some more with boogeymen.
Ooh, they're out there. You better not do it. Well,
now the terrorists are in here. We're here to protect you.
That's what slavery was, man. You always had some, I'm sure there was something.
They made boogeymen. Well, actually, they were the boogeymen.
But there was always a pending fear out there.
Sure.
That's, you better not do this, or, nigga Jim is.
Well, wasn't that what Jesus is all about?
Oh, well, there you go. There's part of it. Mind control. Jesus or Jehovah.
Do what we tell you, because if not, Jesus won't let you in heaven. God won't let you. You go to hell where brimstone and fire will burn your balls for eternity.
At least I might have fun there, right?
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, yeah, could be.
Yeah, I just want to run, man. I want to get out of here. I want to go to some far off fucking place and just live in a cabin somewhere.
That's what me and Humvee were talking about. We're like, you know what? We're ready to give up all this shit and just get the fuck out of here.
Let's go find an island. At least you have a beach and everything, and
Hey, you wouldn't have bills. You wouldn't have shit.
As long as it's got internet connection, I'm good.
That's what we said. We gotta have some kind of net connection.
I gotta have the internet.
Yeah, well, but see, that's
be able to download my games. See, I'm already half a hermit anyway, so I'm already there, man. I'd be like, fuck the world. I don't give a shit about these people. Speaking of giving a shit, let's see, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, nigga, that means we're out, huh?
Yeah, we're out of here.
Hence, I told you this hour would fly the fuck by. Oh, and by the way, just a little note, Cruise Control, we did rip on you last night, and Humvee was, defending you again.
What were you ripping on me for?
What were we ripping on you for?
Remember.
It was something.
She's like, he should be here to defend himself. We said, no.
They're talking shit.
I said, no, that's the whole thing.
And talk shit about
when he listens to it, we find out this way, because he'll come back, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was something we were talking about.
The reality is they shouldn't talk shit about me if I'm not there, because if I were there, I would whoop their asses logically and intellectually. That's why they have to talk shit about me.
Wow.
I'm more of a physical person. I mean, I'm not stupid by any means, but I like to use my fists.
You know what you got to do? You got to, listen listen to the show once in a while. Yeah, like
I like
last
to
night.
use your fist, Humvee, and Jerkman is very appreciative, and so is Butthole. So.
Yeah, it is
Hey, I don't
actually.
go anywhere near his butthole.
I mean, she's pounded some of those hemorrhoids out, right back in.
Well, you're not squeezing dinner out of him?
No.
Not squeezing his dinner?
See, you had to go there. Now look, he's going to talk about. Yeah, he loves
Okay,
shit.
well, we're done.
We are done.
Yeah,
Oh,
end us.
fucking A. Well, goddamn it, bitches. Let's hear that music there, Humvee.
Hang on.
Okay, give her a second.
Oh, I hate your screen.
Touch it with your the keyboard, the
Really?
mouse thing
Really?
down there. Yeah.
Really?
She's got to wipe Jerkman's dinner off of her hand. So.
Yeah. You know.
And so you
There we go.
defended him last night.
And on this note, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm Cruise Control.
I'm Humvee.
I was barely here, Jerkman.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya!
I'm so gay. I got to get out of here and go celebrate.
Stop it!
Let's go.
That